Ladies and gentlemen, lots of media spin is happening right now. There is lots of protection for Graham Potter. Look, some rightly so, some not so much. That makes sense to me. Player power. Player power is a buzzword that's getting thrown around on players that don't even actually play. Well, don't even start. Some don't even feature for Chelsea Football Club. And there's obviously some investigations going on the Chelsea, medical department. And apparently the players are unhappy that the previous medical people all got sacked.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. So much to go through. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. First up, Chelsea are conducting an official review of the club's medical department. I mean, our medical situation, the amount of injuries that we have is mad. Apparently, we're number one in Europe for the past 12 months, the amount of injuries that we've, incurred. Latest one being Dennis Zakaria. God knows how long he's going to take to come back. Obviously, previous to that, Raheem Sterling, Christian Pulisic is out for months. Raheem Sterling is also going to be out for a little while. Apparently, they can't even figure out what's wrong with him. Some of the scans are inconclusive. Further, this particular matter from Matt Law goes on to state that Telegraph Sport can reveal Chelsea players feel medical staff were sacked too quickly. Look at this. Chelsea players feel medical staff were sacked too quickly. I mean, who takes the blame here? It's got to be the owners. Owners came in and they just stripped open this club. They absolutely stripped open this club when they really should have just calm yourself down. Let there be a handover. See these through over at least 6 months. Some people actually do handovers for 12 months. These guys came in and they stripped everything. So, when we talk about blame and everyone's so quick to talk about the players, and players are not good. We know that. But it's not, we need to look at it from a holistic point of view. There's been a lot of factors contributing to our demise. And it's not all just the players. Chelsea players feel medical staff was sacked too quickly. There is a mental element to some of these, to human beings. There's no doubt about that. We all know there's a mental element. These players, all of a sudden, they came in one day to the football club and they don't recognize a single human being around them. And the ones that they trusted with their fitness, are no longer at the club. Now, you tell me, you've been going to a particular, your one doctor that you always go to. All of a sudden, let's say that doctor, goes somewhere else, gets replaced or transfers to a different location. How are you going to feel? A doctor that knew your body completely and knew your situation before you even had to say anything. They just knew what was wrong with you. Now, all of a sudden, someone new comes in and they have no idea what's going on with you. You're having to explain everything, and it's going to take a bit of time. It's going to, we talk about players having chemistry on field. Patients and doctors need to have chemistry as well. That takes time. So, look, I'm glad we're doing the, official review, but here's the first red light. Players are, this is coming from Matt Law, so this is no rubbish talk. Players are not happy with this situation. So you can just see the state of mind of these players in regards to the particular owner. Now, let's move on to the next one. Sources have confirmed Graham Potter has retained the support of the ownership and that sacking him after Fulham was not even a topic. It was not even a topic. Like, I wonder how far we're willing to go down. Look, for me, I wanted to win against Fulham. I just really thought we're going to turn things around after the Man City debacle, right? I thought, fine, we go out there, we get a victory against Fulham, and we create a momentum. The fact that we lost and the manner we lost, and take away the red card for a second. Fulham were the better team, all right? Fulham were the better team. We were so chaotic. Kepa, Chalobah, Kovacic, Koulibaly, Mount, Havertz, everyone. Paul. Besides João Felix, who got red carded, he was the standout. Everyone else was pathetic. Maybe Zakaria was okay, but he got injured as well. Two players that were all right, they were out of the game. If we don't win against Palace, that's one win in 10 Premier League matches. Now you tell me, is that acceptable? How can I find that acceptable? One win in 10 Premier League matches When do we stop the bleeding? When? And after Palace, it's Liverpool. We have to get the win against Palace. For me to stay on board with this, we have to win the match against Palace and then create a momentum. I wanted to win the match against Fulham, but again, shambolic. We don't win against Palace, then we face Liverpool. God have mercy on us. Honestly, God have mercy on us as to how far we're going to go down. I believe Aston Villa is winning at the moment, so they could potentially go in front of us. Some are even saying, look, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This season is finished as long as we don't get relegated. As long as we don't get relegated. That's where we are at the moment. As long as we don't get relegated. At least Graham Potter's got to show something, man. Some form of control. Some form of, solid sort of defensive structure. Solidarity. Like, it's mad at the moment. Breaking: Chelsea owners are seriously considering a squad clear out if performance do not improve. The likes of Kai Havertz, Christian Pulisic, and Hakim Ziyech are facing uncertain futures. You know what the funny thing is here? And this narrative has been running for a very long time, right? That, Hakim Ziyech and Christian Pulisic need to leave. Kai Havertz, there was doubts from last season, but I think this season it's really intensified. And right now, I'm also on board that this guy's he needs a different scenario, right? He needs a different scenery right now. He needs to go back to Bundesliga. Kai Havertz, out of all these three players mentioned here, Kai Havertz is the only player that actually starts on a regular basis. Christian Pulisic never started on a regular basis, and now he's injured, so he's not going to leave. Hakim Ziyech doesn't start. So this, considering a squad clear out if performance do not improve, who are the players that are not performing? Who are the players that are not performing? Why isn't Mason Mount's name not there? Why isn't Kovacic's name not there? Why isn't so many other players that are involved, Koulibaly, which we're going to get to, why isn't Azpilicueta's name out there? I'm not saying don't get rid of Hakim Ziyech and Christian Pulisic. Of course, get rid of them. I think everyone wanted to get rid of them. But to sit here and actually say that if performance don't improve, like as if the performance were reliant on Hakim Ziyech and Christian Pulisic. Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? The media is trying to spin us again. Like, there's no mention of Mason Mount's poor form. Like, that's mad to me. Kai Havertz's name gets mentioned here, but there's nothing on Mason Mount. You tell me if that's fair. You tell me if that's fair. Where's Kovacic's name here? Do you know what I mean? Where's Gallagher's name? Is Gallagher worth keeping in the Chelsea Football Club? Where's Ruben Loftus-Cheek's name? We're going to keep Ruben Loftus-Cheek. We're going to keep Gallagher. And we're going to get rid of Hakim Ziyech and Christian Pulisic because our performance, the poor performance, were reliant on them. Stop spinning it. Stop spinning it. Breaking: there's possibility of Chelsea cutting losses on Kalidou Koulibaly. Obviously, there you go. The news on Kalidou Koulibaly. I'm okay with that. But once again, the new owners, you look stupid. You gave him a big 4-year contract, 4+1, something like that. 4-year contract +1, and with pretty big wages. I didn't even know that the wages were that big. Apparently our owners are talking about having more of a basic, sort of base salary for everyone, and then incentivize it with bonuses based on your performances. Well, apparently Koulibaly's on 290k. Like, I didn't even know this. Gross or something. Gross is on 290k. Net, I don't know, it's something around 200k. Who's giving him that level of wages? You're contradicting yourself. These owners, they do something and then they talk about something else. You're contradicting yourself. Look at our transfer business for some of the players that we got in the last summer, and even some of the players that some of the way we're moving now. We seem to be copying others. Mudryk, Pedro Porro, even João Felix. Apparently, we were interested in December, then we're not, and then now we're back in. I'm glad we are, but I'm just saying, just the whole thought process around the transfers. Now, Christopher Vivell and Paul Winstonley has taken over. Let's see. Hopefully, there's some change. Chelsea owners plan to overhaul the squad and end player power. Look, this media spin, man. Matt Law, you are a genius, man. You are. And you know what? You know what the funny thing is, ladies and gentlemen? Fans are falling for it again. Fans are falling for it. There's so many fans. I put up a poll on Twitter saying, if we don't get 3 points against Crystal Palace, do you stick around with Graham Potter? Yes or no? And majority are saying yes. If we don't get 3 points against Crystal Palace, people will still stick around, knowing that we've got Liverpool next up. Because people like Matt Law is now spinning everything. Player power. Tell me which player is capable of using their power in this particular squad. Which player? Do we have the Lamps? Do we have the John Terrys? Do we have Didier Drogba's? Do we have those level of characters in this particular football team? Tell me which player is actually supposedly meant to be player power. If anything, I think it's probably the academy boys and Mason Mount. Do you know what I mean? Reece James. They're probably the ones that the most powerful in this football club. I don't think anyone is falling into that category of player power. And if you say Aubameyang, he doesn't even feature. He's sometimes not even in the squad. What player power? Or you want to say Hakim Ziyech, Christian Pulisic? They don't start for Chelsea Football Club. What player power? Jorginho. What player power doesn't start? Look at the ones starts. Look at the starting lineups. Have a look at the starting lineups against Fulham, the one against Manchester. Look, that's where you'll figure out who is truly the problem. You're telling me player power. Don't spin this. There is absolutely no player power at the moment. No player power. Because none of these players have the character or the guts or the kahunas to actually show player power. They're mentally fickle. They're mentally weak. You're telling me player power. Get out of here. This is where I need Graham Potter to get a grip of things. Get a grip of things. This is not about player power. This is about you now. You should impose yourself. You should impose yourself. The fact that we could potentially be 1 win out of 10 against Crystal Palace, if we don't get the 3 points against Crystal Palace, that does not look good on you, Graham Potter. You should at least, I would have been happy if it was even 4 out of 10. 1 out of 10 is 10% win rate. 4 out of 10, give me 40%. 4 out of 10 is all I wanted. I don't even want 5 out of 10. The fact that it's 1 out of 10, potentially could be 1 out of 10, that's mad to me. That's mad. I'm all up for project. I'm all up for being patient, but you got to also show me some things. Right now, what do I have to hang my hat on? What do I have to hang my hat on? Nothing. But people like Matt Law, they want to start putting these buzzwords, player power. They're behind Graham Potter. They're behind. It's like, look, I know I've recently said that some of these players don't respect Graham Potter, but you earn your respect. You earn your respect. The fact that they don't respect him, I've said it, is they've been managed by other top-notch managers, man, in their careers. I wouldn't be surprised if some of them probably didn't even know Graham Potter that well. You earn your respect. You impose yourself. Be ruthless. Get rid of some of these players that are not listening to you. Like, just shelve them. Chukwuemeka, why doesn't he start? Why are you persisting on Kai Havertz and Mason Mount? Okay, throw in David Dutra Fofana then. If you don't want to use Aubameyang, why are you persisting on Kai Havertz? Why are you not replacing Mount with Chukwuemeka? Now you've got Buddy Shah. All right, time to use him. Remove Koulibaly. Why are you not using Omari Hutchinson a lot more? I'm just saying, if you're not happy and the results are not going anyway for you, just be ruthless. Just tell the players. You tell your agents to find a new club for you. Because you're not playing for me anymore. You don't listen to me. But now you want to keep persisting and the results go south anyway. Potter is likely to delay the bulk of an attempted clear-out until the summer due to injuries, which gives players such as Kai Havertz and Christian Pulisic time to try to prove they are worth keeping at the club. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to see a single player leave. So all the people that are saying players out, player power, this, that, the other, not a single one of them is going to leave this January. And here's the evidence. And I said it as well. Don't expect any players to leave because of the injuries. You're going to be stuck with them. So what now? The remainder of the season. So many matches to play in the Premier League. What now? Are you going to get wins? Are we going to be... We're not going to say anything. You keep incurring more losses. We're not going to say anything. We're just not going to say anything. It's actually quite mad. Chelsea have been open to offers for Ziyech this January. I'm telling you right now, Ziyech is not going nowhere. Ziyech is not going nowhere because of all the injuries. Because of look, I'll be happy. To be honest, I'll be happy because Ziyech doesn't get an opportunity at Chelsea Football Club. Move on, my man. Move on. I want the best for your career out there. Go and do something. But I'm highly doubtful if he's actually going to get the opportunity to move. As I said, because of all the injuries. Chelsea are confident they can sign João Felix permanently should they wish to do so. Before we get into that, ladies and gentlemen, let me know all the stuff that we've talked about. The medical staff, players, not appreciating the current medical staff that are involved in Chelsea Football Club, player power, Matt Law, the media spin. Let me know in the comment section because I really want to know what your thoughts are in regards to all of this that's happening. Because for me, no one is actually talking about and being critical about Graham Potter, constructively critical. No one's actually looking what's he actually providing at Chelsea Football Club. All right, let's now talk about some transfer business. Chelsea are confident they can sign João Felix permanently should they wish to do so. I've said this in previous videos as well. People are worried. Oh, what's going to happen now? We don't have a buy option, this, that, the other. He's signed a contract extension. Look, if Chelsea want to buy this guy, and I hope we do, to be honest, he looked standout. After one training session, I'm pretty sure he probably didn't even understand anything. I'm pretty sure he probably doesn't even understand English. Right? After one training session, he was a standout attacker for us. It just shows the gulf in quality, right? And I said it. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of this, the loan term, if Chelsea go out and buy him, because we're paying a hefty amount of money. We're very close with João Felix's agent, and we've got a good relationship with Atletico Madrid. Yeah, we might have to pay a lot more, but I think we're going to do a deal. We've already paid in this loan fee, 16 million. So I think that will be a discount. After that, whatever is the balance. I'd be very, very surprised if we go and buy this guy for over 100 million. Then I'm thinking, why didn't you do that for Enzo Fernandez? FFP. We are just contradicting ourselves left, right, and center. Now, this is the latest player, ladies and gentlemen. It's mad. Apparently, this guy's injury record is unbelievable. Go check it out. Someone tagged me on his injury record, and it was a page long. PSV could lose Noni Madueke. This is the new sensation in the next days to Chelsea if they pay 40 million. I don't know who this player is. As I said, I've seen some recent clips. Some people are saying he's the next Gareth Bale. 40 million from PSV. Let me see if I can actually showcase the injury record. Try my best to find it. Let's see if I have it. Someone tagged me on it. Let me see if I can find that. Hopefully very soon. Yeah, here we go. Check this out, guys. Check this out. So, by the way, who's done this one? Oh, All American CFC. Shout out to All American CFC. Thank you for sharing this, my man. Check this out. Noni Madueke. Just enlarge that a little bit. There you go. Noni Madueke, PSV player, 20 years old, 6 foot tall, left-footed. Check out his clips. He looks like an all right player. I don't know about the next Gareth Bale. Let's just play this out. Check this out. Minor knock, muscle injury, ankle injury. 81 days out, 24 days out, 60 days out, 42 days out, 18 for has someone done the homework? And he's 20, by the way. He's 20 years old. Just to let you know. So, yeah, this is the player that we're getting linked with. Chelsea are in official talks with PSV to sign Madueke. Christopher Vivell is pushing for it. So, look, seems like we're going for this particular player. And, he's another one of those young players. This guy is potentially going to be part of the first team because obviously he's got that experience playing for PSV under Ruud van Nistelrooy, I believe. And 40 million is a hefty amount of money, man. Hefty amount of money. Moses Caicedo, Marcus Thuram, and Noni Madueke are all on Chelsea's radar this month, whilst the club haven't ruled out another bid for Enzo Fernandez. Please stop the Enzo Fernandez stuff. Honestly, you're not going to go for him. You're not going to trigger that release clause. So, and Enzo Fernandez, the gesture that he's made recently, he's staying. Stop selling us this story that he's coming. Ideally, Chelsea owners want a squad full of players on a similar, check this out, on a similar basic wage with the possibility of earning lucrative bonuses if they hit personal and team goals. I'm telling you, I don't know. There's talks about Mason Mount and his contract. What basic salary are you going to give him? And then, sort of tie it up with bonuses. We're probably, I don't mind this. I appreciate this approach. I really do. But because many other teams don't really follow this rule, we could potentially sort of have this as a disadvantage for us in the market. I'm all okay with this, but many players probably won't accept this because a lot of the other clubs, many top clubs don't follow like this. Maybe Liverpool does, but many of the other clubs don't do this. And you could potentially lose players to other clubs because players want bigger base salary, not huge bonuses. This is talking about similar, so ideally, it's saying ideally Chelsea's owners want a squad full of players on a similar basic wage. Similar. Reece James is apparently on 250k. So you're going to start giving Mount 250k. You're going to start giving everyone else 250k. Is that what we're saying? It's not realistic. It's not realistic. There's certain players that are going to earn a lot of money. There's certain players not going to earn a lot of money. And we need to ensure who fits into those categories. We need to be smart about that. I'm all okay for paying less base salary. That's fine. But don't tell me everyone's going to be in the similar basic wage and then it's all going to be all bonuses. Like, don't give me all of that. Like, it doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. Noni Madueke is well known by Potter and his recruitment staff. He was on their radar last summer with Brighton, whilst Christopher Vivell and had an interest in him at Red Bull Leipzig. A deal could be worth around 35 million. No problems. All right, let's bring him in. I think if this guy comes in, he's a winger. He's a left-sided player. Right-sided player with his left foot cutting in. I'm all okay. I think if he comes in, potentially we can then see Ziyech move on. But we'll see, man. We'll see what's going on. 35 million, 40 million. Okay, no problems. This is just a bit in regards to Aubameyang's situation. Spanish FA have clarified their rules prevent players from being deregistered and registered again in the same season. Aubameyang therefore cannot return to Barcelona despite interest, which leaves him in a situation of only being able to play for Chelsea for the rest of the season. So Aubameyang is not going anywhere. For all the people that are talking about he's going to leave, I've even said it, that I would have loved to see him go, because if Graham Potter can't use this particular player, get rid of him. But he can't go nowhere because he's already played for Barcelona this year and he's already played for Chelsea. You're stuck with Chelsea Football Club. So that's that. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, exclusive. Chelsea are in advanced talks to sign Borussia Mönchengladbach striker Marcus Thuram. Other London clubs are interested, but the Blues are understood to be the front runners. Look, I'm all on board for this player. Bring him in, use him as a striker. Enough is enough with Kai Havertz being a striker because honestly, he just doesn't cut it. Bring Marcus Thuram in. And we've done videos previously in regards to this, and I'm all okay. I'm all okay with it. I think Marcus Thuram, being 25, reaching that peak stage at the moment, it's got good qualities, strong, physical, direct. That's the level of striker we probably should have up front, and that's the level of striker that we've had previously. So what does it mean for other players? Well, it's time to look for other clubs. Contact their agents. Time to look for other clubs. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you thought about everything that we've talked about. It's been a loaded video, but I hope you've enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I shall see you guys for a live sometime tomorrow early morning, much like every other day. I'll be away though for the next 4 days with my family, but the content still continues. I can enjoy the entire day because of the time difference with Australia and rest of the world. I'll enjoy the days with the family, and then during the evenings and early mornings, I'll spend a bit of time with you guys because I enjoy doing that. Until next time, see ya. Make sure you subscribe. Getting very close to 20,000. One more 1,000 left. Let's go.